Hello, everybody. I always not tune out, but I get into I'm watching something mode because of the intro videos. So I was like, oh great. Hello. Hello. Hi y'all.
Hi.
Welcome. We are going to be chatting about a very exciting announcement that Michelle and I have. We have some really fun stuff happening this week. We had Games Day yesterday and Games Day today because it's my birthday this weekend, September 17th. What up, Virgos? Superior sign, all of that. We don't even get into it. So we're having a really fun week. Oh, and the wind just came up perfectly. I have a wind machine. It's just coming up, Bianca. This is 42, y'all.
Oh, yes.
So we have a flash sale happening this week. So if you use the code FLASH30, no spaces, all capitals, you get 30% off of all of our courses and programs, and that's amazing. And we're really excited. And this is a celebration for my birthday. We also have the podcast drop. There's so much stuff happening. But the excitement, the exciting announcement you're all tuning in for is we have a new course. Michelle, what is it?
Our fertility course is going to be coming to us fresh and revitalized next year early, and we are so pumped. So pumped. We've had email after email, DM messages. I've had people bump into me and be like, oh, you're people Mia. When's fertility coming back? I need fertility. It's coming. It'll be here. And it's going to be so good. I'm literally going to love on it like the way I loved on business school and give it just everything it needs, plus what it already had, which I'm so excited about. So that's our big thing is the fertility course is coming.
The fertility course is coming. It's coming back. It's coming better than ever. So we wanted to just do some of the rundowns of the differences because we have a lot of content that we're adding to it. It needed some love. And we're separating out. So before there was a yoga stream built into it, and we're actually teasing that out so that we can ensure that folks who are qualified to work in this space get more of it. And then people who are not qualified to work in this space get less of it. Because we want to make sure we're keeping all of our clients and potential clients safe as we are going through their fertility or infertility journeys. So we've tweaked some of that. And we've got really, really exciting stuff around some of the intersectional concepts that are really important to us, like, unlearning and undoing and fighting against fat phobia in medicine. Yes. So, Michelle, this was a big one for us as we were doing the revamp. Did you want to talk a little bit about some of the buckets around body liberation that will be built into the program?
Yeah. So a lot of the things I want to make sure it's very clear that we're going into, any discussion about reproductive journeys is that folks that are identified as fat, like myself, or Black or queer or anything else, are not having to struggle with getting their voice heard. And I think that's a big part of it is often it's like, oh, that's why you're having trouble because you're fat. I legit was speaking with a fertility doctor yesterday who's been in the business for 30 years, a fat person herself. And she's like, I'm so sick of hearing people say that to my patients. That's not why. Mm-hmm. It's just an excuse. Yeah. For her words, it's just an excuse. And so we're going to make sure that all the information not only is evidence-based, but supports the fact that you can exist how you want to exist and have whatever fertility journey you want, pregnant or not, and be supported with that, which I think is important because folks look at this and say, oh, fertility course is only for people who are trying to get pregnant. There are folks like myself who I don't want to get pregnant again, but yet I have to protect my physical health. So that is also important. It's making sure that everyone goes into this understanding that there may be different outcomes and different expectations for each of our clients, instead of it just solely being to have and gestate a pregnancy. So I think that's a huge portion that might not have been missed, but it wasn't as included with intention as it will be this time. Also, too, we're going to make sure that the discussions around movement and nutrition are not hyper focused, and that they understand that for some of us and others, yes, that is a great thing. But a lot of us, like myself and many others, diet is diet. We're eating intuitively and we're just eating. And instead of being like, this is the only way to get pregnant, you have no way unless you follow this very strict diet, or whatever it could be. And I think that's going to make a big difference to a lot of people as they go through this course. And we'll have the science. There's always science. Because it's not just what I think or what Bianca thinks or what Meg thinks. It's here's the science behind this. Here's resources. I've already been pulling some new links and stuff and new science. So if you've taken the course, keep an eye out for new studies that are updated on things, because that's what we need. We need updated education. And that's one thing we're known for, is keeping the education crystal clear and fresh and new. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, no, we're really, really excited to start doing deep diving of some marginalized and equity seeking groups, so that, you know, people are going in to see their doctor, that they're anything about what would be deemed as, you know, things that fall in the bucket of race or gender expression or sexuality or body size and shape or ability. Like they're not what is led with the conversations. When you come in, it's not, you're not getting pregnant because you're fat. It's, you know, let's get you to see an endocrinologist, because it has nothing to do with the fatness. The fatness is beautiful.
Yeah, I love
beautiful.
Yeah.
We are adding a bunch of new content that will obviously be reflecting what's happening in the world. There's been a lot of new policies. There's been massive overhauls around abortion and abortion care, which is the reality. It's a part of fertility. So we'll be talking about that as well, and making sure all of that's up to date, so you can feel confident working in that space. We're going to be talking about some of the things that are not talked about around, say, surrogacy, for example, and, you know, embryo storage and what we do with embryos after. Like, there's a lot of conversations. I was just talking to one of my queer friends, and they're like, oh, we have these embryos that we need to figure out what we're going to do with. But the sperm donor doesn't, like, only wants them destroyed, but they're like, we feel weird about destroying, but we're not sure we're going to have more babies. Like, there's a lot of complications for folks who are accessing reproductive health care. So we're going to have all of that included. That course is on sale right now. If you go to babelmia.com/FERT, FERT, you can see the link right there, and use your 30% off /30. Now, we had some questions about the program that we've received, so I'm going to ask Michelle those questions, since she's the all-knowing person right now. Michelle, let's talk about the difference. So our MSP is a 3-in-1 fertility, birth, postpartum, birth worker training. So could you talk about the difference of why someone would want to take the MSP, why they would take FERT as a standalone?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I think this is where I think it would be the best to describe it. Someone who's taken MSP, the fertility, birth, and postpartum, that is a great foundational training. It is the entry point into fertility support. You're going to have lots of information, and sure, you can do fertility support without having to take the FERT class. But if you're specializing in certain groups of people, like, say, for instance, you want to work with families who are having trouble getting pregnant. You want to work with families who are going to look for surrogacy support, people who've had embryos, or if you're like myself in Austin, where it's a high IVF rate here in Austin. The fertility course is going to add more context and more depth. And I say that, yes, being a doula is like a prerequisite, but it's not required to take this course.
Yeah.
But it gives you that deeper understanding of the context of what is going on in the FERT world. Also, with the understanding of how to directly be a fertility doula. There's more in-depth knowledge in that area. We have a whole module built about working with clients and understanding different family makeups within that portion of fertility, because it can be all different things. And we have to be understanding of that if we're going to work in different departments of reproductive journeys. But it's good to know that what you can do. You can take both. That's what my recommendation be, which is perfect, because MSP starts next week. So if you're like, hey, I don't know what I should do, MSP next week, and then FERT starts next year, you have plenty of time to watch all of the MSP live classes, get established. And so, okay, take a break for a few weeks and take FERT. And so you'll have, I love saying FERT. I don't know. It's just comforting to me. Fertility course when it comes live next year. And so it's good. Now, you can take FERT on its own as well if you've taken a previous training from another organization, or if you're just, that's your jam is fertility. But the other question I know you're going to ask, but what about yoga? What about yoga?
The age-old question.
Age-old question. Yoga fertility. Yoga fertility is amazing. It's wonderful. We have amazing Emily Gold with us, who has been in the fertility yoga space for years. And we have it now as we want to make sure that folks that are getting that information, they already have teaching backgrounds with yoga, because you have to be able to, work through a course, teach a group of folks, teach couples or individuals how to do the different positions and what the meaning is behind them. And so we are asking for people to submit, a fitness cert or kinesiology or yoga teacher cert to us or equivalent. And then we'll add, there's an extra small fee to that to unlock the yoga portion, which I think is helpful because I'm not a yoga person, so I don't need that module. I'm good. And so we're not worried about it. There's no more of going like, what I had to do both streams. I'm like, no, there's a main portion, the doula education for fertility. And then there is the add-on, which could be, an extra helping of education if you have that teacher prerequisite. So, yes.
Yeah. Amazing. So this course is live. Again, if you go to babelmia.com/FERT, that goes up there. Thank you. I couldn't remember where it was. There it is. And you use the code FLASH30. It will work for your payment plan. So that 30% will come off of all of them. The course goes live February 7th, 2023. If you would like to do the base fertility training as part of the 3-in-1 in MSP, you can register for the MSP course as well. It's also 30% off. Everything is. And you can check that all out on the website. Just don't forget about using the code FLASH30. Oh, yay for fertility. I know we're very, very excited. The door has been pounded on by you all to unlock the fertility and fertility yoga program. So here we heard you. We heard you all.
I feel like it's one of those things like when Disney's like, it's coming out of the vault,
Yeah, it's coming out of the vault.
Fertility.
We've done that. And so we'll have some amazing collaborators on that. So you'll see the Babel Babes, and then we've got some really fun guests. You can check that out on the fertility page. Head over there, babelmia.com/fertility or FERT. Such a terrible word. I don't like saying that word. I'd like a new one, please.
I'll figure that out. Yes, it's coming out of the vault, Meg. Woohoo!
It is coming out of the vault. So grab your spot. It's the birthday week. So much fun stuff is happening. Go check us out on Hot and Brave. The podcast has dropped. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled on your social media. If you have questions about the fertility training, you can put them in a comment under here, or feel free to email info@babelmia.com, and we are happy to chat about it. Grab your spot. This is going to be the only sale for fertility before it goes live. So this is the lowest price you will find it. It's on sale today and tomorrow for my birthday sale this week. Thank you so much, Michelle, for answering everyone's questions. Don't forget your code FLASH30, all like that, and you will get your 30% off. The podcast is Hot and Brave, so head over, type Hot and Brave into your favorite podcast app, and you can listen. We've got our first 5 episodes up, and we will have a new one every week. If you have time, please leave your reviews. We would love to have them hit 5 stars, because why wouldn't you? It's great. Leave your comments if you have any comments that you would like to share. If you have any pitch ideas or you'd like to be a guest, please write to us, info@babelmia.com, because we would love to hear them. The courses, the flash sale goes until September 15th. Is that tomorrow? Yeah,
yes.
Tomorrow. Yes. Thank you, y'all. Michelle, thank you for hanging out and answering our fertility questions.
Anytime.
All right, everybody.
Bye.